Come on.
When Thomas Brennan took a job at the Daily News, he turned the page on the only life he'd known.
It wasn't my choice to get out of the Marine Corps.
He was medically retired from the Marines at Camp Lejeune for traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress.
Anxiety would be through the roof, hands would be shaking, would be stuttering when I talked.
Luke, his service dog, made a difference.
Takes my mind off what used to overwhelm me.
But not even Luke can take his mind off 1st Battalion, 8th Marines, his old unit.
This is Lieutenant Daniel Malcolm. He was my platoon commander.
Men he served with.
This is the Barbarian, Lance Corporal Bradley Faircloth.
Men who died.
He was the first Marine that I actually saw get killed.
With Camp Lejeune just 2 minutes from where he works now, he returns to the base as a local civilian military affairs reporter, wishing things had been different.
There's a lot of times I drive through the front gate going to an assignment, and I wish that I was wearing my uniform instead of wearing a press pass.
How Thomas Brennan went from Marine to journalist is a story within the story.
I fell in love with writing when I saw my byline on that one, and that made me want to write this one.
He began writing personal blogs about his war experience in Afghanistan to give insight and encourage veterans to seek help. Inspired by embedded journalist Finbar O'Reilly, Thomas' articles ran in the New York Times.
Dealing with the stigma of getting mental health treatment.
But when he was forced home after an RPG blast and out after 10 years in the Marine Corps, he reached a point of personal pain that even writing didn't seem to relieve.
And then he came back a completely different person. He didn't show any emotion. He was very sheltered, wouldn't talk to you.
Caused them pain by being who I'd become. A depressed, angry, just shell of what I used to be.
So he decided to write one more time, but this time to his wife, Melinda.
To the woman I love with my whole heart and soul, you are finally free of the terror I have caused in your life. I am sorry for everything I have done to you. I deserve every bit of sorrow I feel. I want you to be happy and loved, even if it is not with me.
He was writing his last words.
I truly hope that you can find happiness in this life, the same happiness you deserved while we were together, but I could not give you.
Melinda didn't see it coming.
You should have seen something. You should have known, but you don't know. People keep it inside until they break.
I'll wait for you forever, and I'll hopefully see you on the other side. I wish you all the best for the future. Love always and forever, TJ.
Then Thomas Brennan swallowed a bottle of sleeping pills.
I imagined the whole funeral procession. I imagined both my wife and my daughter. It flashed in my mind.
When he spotted the picture of his daughter Madison, he knew it was a mistake.
The last thing that I wanted was for her to look at her daddy as a coward. So I went to the bathroom and I made myself puke.
Like so much of the trauma he's endured, he would go on to blog about his attempt in the New York Times.
We're looking to tell our own story and our own experience.
For sharing his stories of war and recovery, along with his mentor, Finbar O'Reilly, they spoke to students at Harvard University after receiving a National Journalism Award from Columbia University.
It's very rare that we have somebody writing about trauma as the traumatized person, but doing it in such a way that we can understand it.
And as he celebrates his 29th birthday, the one he almost didn't have, it's Thomas' wish that others will better understand the trauma of war and needs of veterans. And he shares a lesson the Marine Corps taught him.
This goes back to combat. You have to put one foot in front of the other, because if you stand still, you're a target. You want the first piece?
Thomas Brennan, the journalist, will keep writing. In some ways, it saved his life.
Anybody else need a piece?
He's hoping it may help save others.